Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. This week I'm going to share my top 5 budget-friendly tips for creative photography. Today I'm going to share with you some of my tips for when I started photography and stuff that I still use today because you know, I'm cheap. These are in no particular order, but I just thought I'd share my tips for anyone who might be starting out photography and feeling like it's not very attainable because maybe costume or equipment is expensive. So without further ado, let's get started. Tip number 1, shop secondhand stores for props and costumes. At thrift stores or secondhand stores, you always find unique things and you can definitely create your own characters on a budget. To me, thrift stores keep you on your toes. It's unpredictable and you never know what you're gonna find. And because of this, it sparks a lot of creativity and makes you think outside the box. Personally, when I need inspiration and I know I wanna create a shoot, but I have no idea where to start, sometimes I just browse my local thrift store just to find some inspiration, because you never know if you find something that will spark a little something. Another great thing about thrift stores is that they're affordable, so if you need to paint something, cut something up, glue stuff on it, whatever, you can do it on a budget, and if you mess it up, I guess you don't feel as bad because you didn't spend a whole ton of money. Another benefit of shopping secondhand is that it's better for the environment. The clothing industry is the second largest industry in the world, and it consumes more water than the entire US irrigation system. It also keeps unwanted clothes out of landfills. Tip number 2, shop your own closet and your own home, or borrow things from close family or friends or roommates. With the current pandemic, I know a lot of people aren't able to leave their homes or they're not comfortable leaving their homes, so this might be a good second option. This gives you a chance to look at those everyday items in a different way. As an example, sometimes I don't have the perfect dress that I want for a shoot, so I've often used a bed sheet, and it worked just fine. Look at other everyday items that you might have around your home, like decor, books, a magnifying glass, you name it. Try to look at those everyday things in a different way and see how you can get creative. Tip number 3, the dollar store. I feel like often the dollar store gets overlooked, and it's actually one of my favorite stores. And they've actually improved a lot on their inventory. They have a great variety in store and online. And here in the US, there's a variety of dollar stores and a variety of locations. Some examples of these kinds of stores include Dollar Tree, Daiso, Family Dollar, and Dollar General. Some of these stores even take coupons. In the last few years, the dollar store has even started bringing in brand name items. The dollar stores have recently added a craft section, so you can get cheap paint, wood, and other materials. Tip number 4, explore your community. You'd be surprised how many great murals or buildings and even bushes that you can find. This might sound weird, but when I'm in the car with someone and if they're driving, I just look out the window and look for a really good group of bushes or trees for future photo shoots. I live in the Midwest, it's very flat here. We don't have the most interesting landscape, if you will, so bushes, trees, things like that, those are good backdrops for shoots. These options are free, and there's a sense of playfulness and curiosity when it comes to exploring new places and really taking the time to look at the details. Unfortunately, when you're riding in a car, you kind of miss some of those details. So if you can grab a friend, they can drive while you look, or take a walk, take a bike ride, whatever you can, and you never know what you're gonna find. Tip number 5, if you don't have studio lights, just use natural lights and play with shadow. Normally the best time to shoot is when it's overcast outside, but you can even get creative with harsh light. I've been using natural light for the bulk of my portfolio, for the bulk of my work in my career, so it's totally possible. Bonus tip, You're welcome. Keep a box of things that inspire you. One of the most important things that I've learned in my journey is to not wait for inspiration. It usually doesn't come when you're looking for it. When you see something that catches your eye and you're drawn to it, it's probably for a good reason. If you see something that catches your eye and sparks inspiration and it's in your budget, buy it and put it away and then revisit it later. I gravitate towards them, and sometimes I don't even know what I want to use it for yet, but I know that eventually I want to use it for something in the future. This has been really helpful for me, especially those days that I feel like I can't think of anything or I want to create something, but I just can't get any ideas. So revisiting that box of things that you have gravitated towards or have sparked something inside you at some point can really be helpful in those times. Well guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you found this video helpful. If you have any other tips you'd like to share with me, please leave them in the comments down below. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I upload every week. And don't forget, with a little inspiration and a little creativity, you can create whatever you want. See you next time. Bye! Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Now for this week's video, stop pointing. So, yeah. But today we're gonna go over some But today I'm gonna talk to you about, but today we're gonna another thing about, it also keeps clothes.